You know, there's something that's been on my mind for a few days now I've wanted to talk about, but it just hasn't happened. And just today, I was doing some practice and received something that's just coming through me, and I'd like to share. It's the essence of unique, but sadly incorrect. And this gets down to the particular nuance of what we're all dealing with on this planet. For you see, each and every individual is perfectly unique. There has never been someone like you, and there never will be someone like you in the future. As a matter of fact, who you were yesterday, who you will be tomorrow, and who you are now are all three different concepts within the mind, none of which have to do with the reality that we're trying to talk about today, the form itself. And the situation we find ourselves in is one of a unique form, where our bodies are actually built different and unique, each and every one. And sadly, the mind is running a mind control game. And it believes itself to be in control and responsible for things. And so the entire worldview we exist within is one wherein our mind is responsible for our decisions. And when you get into the physics of it, the personality actually came into this body after it was already a fetus, after this was already a piece of meat that was alive, after it was already a living physical bioform. Then the personality came in. This is around 88 degrees since the moment of conception. I think that's around 3 months or so. And so that's when the personality actually comes within the body. For you see, the body was already alive and living. The magnetic monopole and the design crystal were already within the body, for those are the two forces which actually build the body itself. A little later on down the road, the personality crystal comes in, at least is allowed to be close to the head, and is allowed to watch the whole show. And eventually, self-reflected consciousness got so that it decided it was the only game in town, and it was in charge of things. And it's a pretty funny situation when you really recognize what's going on. But the incorrectness comes from mind control, basically. The mind making decisions for this body, which was already alive before the mind was involved. The body was already here operating. And so it can't actually function on its own. And this is where the inner authority comes into place. For each of us has an inner authority that we can use and rely upon in making decisions in this life. And this is where resonance comes into play. For you see, correctness as an idea is just an aspect of resonance and alignment. For you see, each and every one of us are unique. And when you are operating from that uniqueness, that is when you are operating in alignment with your true self, when you are being correct. And nobody outside of you can tell you what exactly that is. However, thanks to human design and form principle, I can tell you the many ways in which the mind will pull you away from that true self. You see, that's a very beautiful distinction, and it's one that I'm very grateful to have recognized. The fact that I can look at a body graph and I can tell you the many ways, every single possible way, in fact, that your mind will pull you away from your true nature based on where and when you were born. We can look at that. It's physics. However, I cannot tell you your true self, for nobody knows what that is. It's a potential within you. I can share with you what you're not, so that we can all have the blessing of discovering what you really are. Namaste.